I hope you can hear me this morning. Yesterday it was 86 degrees in the afternoon. Right now it's 42 and it's raining pretty hard. It's a cold and dreary day and the world seems like it's upside down. I've always tried to feel like I was in control, tried to be self-sufficient, take care of myself. And every once in a while something happens and God reminds me that I'm not in control, He is. Right now, the world seems like it's upside down. Even the weather feels like it's upside down. I enjoyed yesterday. I loved the warm weather, was outside in the sunshine. And now I'm sitting here on the screen deck with a roof over my head, shivering because it's cold. And that's just one of the things that seems like it has turned upside down in this world. When that happens, I turn to the Bible. Most days I start out the day with a psalm or a proverb and then continue in my Bible reading. I try to get through the Bible a couple of times a year, and I'm almost through the New Testament again. So then I'll start over. But this morning I turned to the 23rd Psalm. That's one of my favorite psalms when things don't seem to be going well. Remember, this one starts, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He restoreth my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness in his name's sake. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil." And that gave me lots of solace this morning because of the condition of the world, not just the weather here in central Virginia. But the Lord is our shepherd. He takes care of us. He's concerned for us. I grew up out west and would frequently see sheep herders crossing the road with a flock of sheep. And that meant we were going to park the car and sit for quite a while because sheep don't move very quickly, and a flock of several hundred sheep moving across the prairie in eastern Colorado takes a bit of time. And I was always amazed at the patience of the shepherd, how the sheep followed their instructions, and how the shepherd cared for his flock. And then I thought about Jesus and how he does the same with us if we pay attention to him. We're part of his flock. The other verse that I read this morning when I was seeking for compassion and solace was in Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding." That verse is really important for me because, like I said at the outset, I tend to be self-reliant, take care of myself, and feel like I don't need any help. But actually I do. I need God's help all the time. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Have you ever gone hiking in the mountains? I used to do that all the time. Now that I'm an old guy, I don't do it quite as often, and the mountains aren't quite as tall as they used to be when I would hike them. I go for the short ones now. But I've gone up switchback trails for miles and miles, getting up high into the mountains. And that's tiring and it's hard, especially if you're carrying a backpack. And doing that, I often wonder, would it be better to have a straight trail, be down in the prairie or down on the plains where it's flat and I could walk in a straight line instead of going back and forth up a mountain? It's really nice to have a straight trail, especially when life takes you on a switchback, a curvy road with lots of detours and changes in direction. So, my friends, rely on the Lord. Stay close to him, stay close to his word. Remember that you're always in my heart, and I pray for you all the time. I'll see you again soon.